Detectives John McCabe, the acting chief of the Long Branch Police Department, Jason Roebuck, and my major crimes director, assistant prosecutor Chris Decker. We are in the unfortunate scenario where we're investigating a quadruple homicide that occurred at about 11:43 p.m. yesterday on December 31st, 2017. The incident occurred at 345 Bank Street here in Long Branch. The Long Branch Police Department, as well as the Monmouth County Sheriff's Office, responded after a 911 call was placed concerning shots fired at this location. A suspect has been taken into custody. He's a 16-year-old male, and the deceased individuals are his two parents, his sister, and a family friend who lived at the residence. The case remains under investigation, but the important thing I'd like the public, especially the people in Long Branch, to know is that we are investigating this and are confident that it's a domestic incident that's completely isolated. As I mentioned, the suspect has been taken into custody. The investigation continues, and we have no reason to believe that the public here in Long Branch or anywhere is at risk of any danger. So we're still ongoing with this. It's a terribly tragic incident. The four individuals that were killed were the 16-year-old's two parents, his sister, and a family friend who lived at the residence. We will be charging this individual with 4 counts of murder and 1 count of possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose. At this point in time, our investigation, we believe it's alleged that a semi-automatic rifle was used, but these details will continue to come out as this investigation goes forward. With that, I'll try to answer any questions as best as I can, but just bear in mind that our investigation is very fluid and very fresh right now.
You said Bank Street. I'm thinking you meant Wall Street?
Yes, Wall Street. I'm sorry. Thank you.
And was the weapon legally owned and registered to that location?
The weapon was legally owned and registered to a family member, and it was. The answer to your question is yes. Yeah.
Has he said anything about a motive or why this happened?
I can't get into anything that a suspect would or would not say. I'm sorry.
A neighbor on the street told me that she knew the family and that the 16-year-old was autistic. Can you confirm that?
No, I can't comment on anything like that. I'm sorry.
Can you comment on whether or not the 16-year-olds were charged with other crimes previously, whatever they may be?
No, we're not allowed to get into that either.
Since this is a domestic incident, was the house on any sort of local domestic watch list that you have recurring issues with, anything like that?
No, we have no reason to believe that anything like that. This is a real isolated first-time incident. We don't have any history of calls to that home.
How old is the sister?
The deceased sister, 18 years old, and the parents were 44 and 42, and then the fourth person was a 70-year-old female.
Can you talk about taking this individual into custody? What was the situation like? Did he surrender? Was there any confrontation with officers?
It's a good question. Thankfully, the arrest occurred without incident. The Long Branch Police Department and the Sheriff's Office did an admirable job in making sure that was the case.
But did this individual surrender, or was there some sort of back and forth between the police and the suspect?
No, it was very quick. It was uneventful.
Did he place the 911 call?
Or someone else did?
Someone else placed the 911 call.
From within the home?
Is that right? Yeah, within the home, yes.
Were
Yes,
there
ma'am.
other people within the home, just the 4 deceased and the
There
suspect?
were the grandfather of the suspect, as well as the brother of the suspect. Thankfully, left the home. Came out okay.
Were they targeted though? Did he mean to kill them as well?
No, we have no reason to believe that's the case here.
Where were they found? Were they in bed? Were they up and about? Do we think maybe they were sleeping at the time that this happened?
Those kind of details are going to have to come out as our investigation unfolds. Those are things that you'll hear once charging decisions are made and it gets into a courtroom.
And you said the sister is 18 and the family friend was 70?
70. Her name is Mary Schultz. The two parents were 44 and 42, and then the sister Brittany is 18 years of age.
Names on any of those other individuals?
Yeah.
And if you wouldn't mind spelling them for us. Thank you.
It's Stephen and Linda Kologi.
S-T-E-V-E-N?
S-T-V-E-N, K-O-L-O-G-I. Sisters Brittany, common spelling, and the family acquaintance is Mary Schultz, S-C-H-U-L-T-Z.
Are you releasing the suspect's name yet?
No, he's a minor, so you won't see his name released in the public. But he's going to be charged in the coming hours.
Is Brittany's last name Kologi as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
You said K-O-L-O-G-I?
Yes. K-O-L-O-G-I.
And B-R-I-T-T-A-N-Y.
That's right.
When police apprehended him, could you describe maybe his demeanor?
No, I can't. I can just tell you that thankfully it was uneventful. It didn't require any force or anything like that. It was an grateful to hear that considering the circumstances.
Was he armed when they approached him, or did he put the?
I can't comment on that, but we have actually seized the weapons as part of the evidence in this case.
Can you talk about the pronouncements at all? Was anyone pronounced at the scene, or were the pronouncements all done at the hospital?
Those are all done after the fact by medical professionals. They're not done by law enforcement people on scene. So, while of course when we respond to situations like this, law enforcement officers have their own thoughts and feelings about it. They're not the medical professionals that are going to make a decision like that.
What I should have asked then,
Yeah.
was anyone transported to the hospital?
No, unfortunately no.
Are there other weapons in the home? We heard from neighbors there might have been multiple weapons stored in a safe or something like that.
I don't know. That's not what I'm hearing at this point in time. But again, this is so fresh. It just happened several hours ago. So anyway, if you stay tuned, please follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be having updates as we go forward. And the next step in this whole process will be the formal charging of the 16-year-old
When do you
suspect.
expect that to happen?
It's coming in the next several hours. Yeah.
In terms of arraignment and everything, we can expect that today,
So,
likely.
well, what will happen is it has to occur within 48 hours
Right.
of arrest. So today's Sunday, so probably the day
Monday.
after New Year's. Monday, that's right. Losing track. Anyway, I would suspect that would be Tuesday, tomorrow, at the Monmouth County Courthouse.
So
Did you
charge
petition to have
today
him
and
charged as an
arraignment
adult?
tomorrow.
Those decisions haven't been made yet, but he's being charged today with 4 counts of murder and 1 count of possession of a weapon for an unlawful purpose.
And that weapon recovered AK-47,
The only thing we're confirming at this point in time is that it's a semi-automatic assault rifle.
And did the other 2 people that got out of the house, did they say anything about what happened leading up to the shooting that you can tell
That's a
us?
great question. I can imagine you would ask it, but I can't comment on things like that because those types of matters are going to be purely evidentiary, things that we'll save for a trial. So I'm sorry.
And so you can't confirm if he had any type of mental disability.
No, I can't confirm or deny any of that.
When he is arraigned, will it be in family court then because of his age?
That remains to be seen. Just hang in there. These decisions will occur in the next several hours. So just check back with us.
You said the name of the mom again.
The mother?
Yeah.
It's Stephen and Linda Kologi.
Right.
STVEN and Linda Kologi.
And is he being charged as an adult?
He will be, yeah.
And can we get your name? Your
My
spelling?
name is Chris Gromiccioni. I'm the Monmouth County prosecutor.
Can you spell your
Sure.
first and last name? Oh,
It's
C-H-R-I.
CHRIS. It's Gromiccioni. You don't know how to spell my last name? It's good.
common spelling.
It's GRAMICCIONI. Yeah, the common spelling, right? Thank you all very much.
Sorry for the gentlemen. Are any of you representative of the police department? Do you want to say anything on behalf of your, the local community about reacting to such a horrible situation?
Long Branch Police Department Acting Chief, and no, I believe we've said pretty much all we need to say today, but as we stated, no one needs to be worried about this or upset. It was a isolated incident, and that's pretty much all I have to say for that.
I believe that initial calls came in as an active shooter. We saw reports of that. Was that something that you guys just do to kind of get people on alert, or?
I don't know. I haven't listened to the call, Sharon, so I don't know.
There's a lot of stories out there. I mean, I've heard reports about this being terrorist connected. We'd like to disabuse all of you of that notion. We're investigating this strictly as a domestic incident that occurred within the confines of this home. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.